because like they're very, very different styles of painters, but for some reason I mix up what they've worked on. I think it's Ruben Martinez has been like collecting these 70mm Marvel figures and painting them up. Here, let's answer these questions and more. So let's try to figure out if there was a way I could press a button and have it open up a new browser and add it as a source, but it doesn't look like there's a way to do that. So window capture, okay. Safari, Instagram, let's see. Whoops. Let's kill that. Cancel. Let's see. Whoops, I killed everything. No, I want to go Ben. Comets. There we go. I was looking at that. Okay. What am I looking for? Oh no, I wanted to look up Ruben Martinez. Is it him? I guess it's our now. It is our now, yeah. So he's been collecting the 70mm. But yeah. Wizard of Agni. Oh, this one. Okay. I think this is the one that they queue up. Okay. Yeah, Ben painted it. I thought. Or was this part? This is part of Ben's line. Okay, got it. Oh, it's not even showing. Whoops. Is it showing? It is not showing. Let's see. And there we go. Got it. Okay. Yeah, that's a cool one. This is what I was trying to show. Where'd it go? Oh no, this is just because we're on the wrong one. Are now. There we go. That's what it was showing. It's very cool stuff. And then he's done. What has he done? Well, there's the Chibis. He did something else. Marvel recently? Well, there's Vader. Okay, here it is. Thor. And all the good stuff. Yeah. Actually, here, I think I have an article on that. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, let's kill this. And then zoom out a bit. Yeah. So this is Tint Ink magazine. So this one has, the main reason why I got this one is because it has an article by Lucas Pina on his sculpting philosophy. And someone painting Baby Kappa, but it also has this great article by Arnau on painting Ghostwriter. So it's shows how he does all that flame effect. So just start with a very white undercoat and then lay the colors down on top of that. And then how he does all the OSL. This is Tint Ink. It's made by AK. I think in the States, Last Cavalry sells it, but they upcharge it because of the whole like shipping and import fee. I think there's only the 2 issues now. I think the 3rd issue will have an article by Eric Swinson on how he does cast shadows, which actually here, speaking of, a teaser for what everyone's going to see on the Kickstarter tomorrow. I'll just snag it because he's posted it in a bunch of places, so it's fine. Oops, wrong channel. Here it is. Open original. And of course I deleted the source instead of just hiding it because I'm a dummy. Window capture. Yes. So this is Swinson's box art for the mounted version of Asteria. And first off, just really cool like pattern on the horse. It just looks awesome. And then of course his cast shadows from like the sword, the horse itself, cast shadow along the neck, and then all the bits of the armor from the horse. It's just very good. Very good stuff. Okay. Let's hide that. We'll leave it there in case you look at something else later. And we're good to go. Back to painting. Let's get the keyboard out of the way. I'll just say it again. It's Tint Ink. Yep, yeah. Global illumination. Here's the pane. Global illumination's not bad. Like, it's fine for gaming miniatures and such, but I think painting that style kind of conditions you to paint sort of always like that, and you have to kind of push yourself out of your comfort zone to start being a little bit more crazy with lighting. We wrapped up Jujutsu Kaisen last night. I always want to say Jujitsu. That's not right. That's the wrong shonen. Very good. Highly recommend. If you want like a solid shonen anime, it's very good. I don't think it does like anything like too inventive, but it's just well written and good action, fun characters. I will say like the most inventive thing it does do is the female characters aren't written terribly like they are in most shonen anime. So that's nice. something new to watch because it's going to be well before a new season. I think we might start Pachinko. We'll see. I've been watching Severance on my own, which is very good so far. It's got very similar vibes to the video game Control. So if that's your kind of thing, you will enjoy the show, I think. And if you don't know what Control is, I'll just say it's like the show Severance is like a sort of sci-fi show. Like there's sci-fi elements, but it's very much like a modern kind of world, just with this weirdness. And they're just kind of like unsettling vibes throughout the show. And that's the basic gist of it. I don't want to like spoil it for anyone who wants to go in blind. But yeah. Yeah. It's got Adam Scott, who was in Parks and Rec. It's got Christopher Walken is in it. The guy who is in Shang-Chi on the bus who says do a flip, but whose actor's name I can't remember. He's been in some other things. It's got a couple other people, but I'm blanking on the names. Yeah, I very much have, like, I do like a good movie once in a while, but I very much like the idea of like, oh, here's a show, and it's like, okay, I don't really have to decide to watch something new again for 10 plus hours of watching, right? I think that's the main reason why I like shows. But I will again, as I've been doing everywhere, take this opportunity to once again plug the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once. If you're going to your cinemas, don't see blue hedgehogs or stupid wizards. Go see Everything Everywhere All at Once. I've not watched this week's Moon Knight yet. We did our normal hangout, as you can tell. I'm streaming on Wednesday. We did our normal Wednesday hangout yesterday instead. So. Away. I don't know what Away is. I don't think I've heard of that. Oh, shows get ahead of your ability to watch? Okay. Yeah, that's understandable. I definitely ran into that issue a lot more when shows were like 20 episodes a season. Like that, I feel like that was way too much commitment. I really like that most shows now are like 10 to 12 episodes, or like 8 to 12 episodes. I like that format a lot. I think it gives people enough time to like tell a story but not overstay its welcome. Of course, most anime is like 24 episodes still, but it's 20 some odd minute episodes, so it's fine. Oh, okay, yeah. I remember that one now. I don't remember if I watched it or not. I don't think I did. I think the shows I'm most excited for the rest of this year, Barry starts on Sunday for season 3, so very excited for that. Sounds like The Last of Us, I think, might start this year, which I am also very excited for. I'm a big fan of the games. I'm a big fan of the casting choices they've made. And the showrunner is the same showrunner as the Chernobyl show, so it should be very tense. And I know from the behind the scenes photos that they're filming the opening of the game for the show. And if you haven't played the game, oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, Ted Lasso's great. I know they're filming another season of Mythic Quest, so I'm excited about that. I think overall Mythic Quest I think is like a decent show. I enjoy the characters that get laughs, but like for the first 2 seasons there's been like one episode each season that's been like a perfect episode of TV in my opinion. It's like the flashback episodes. Like I think especially in the first season I really liked that flashback episode. And the second season was also pretty good. I think after I wrap up Severance, I'll probably start, I think Foundation is the name of it. It's the Apple TV sci-fi show based on a book or something, and it's got Lee Pace in it, and I'm always down for some Lee Pace. Getting there. I think it might be a little too greeny still, so let's add a little bit of this kind of warm light brown in here. Get it nice and thin. Start putting that in our highlights a little bit more. Oak Island. I don't think I've heard of that one. I know I watched a couple episodes, and I know Anna was watching some more tonight. But Old Enough, which I think is on Netflix, is a very fun, cute show. It's a show set in Japan. It's a reality TV show set in Japan, and it's little kids that are asked to go on errands and pick something up and bring it back. So it's very cute and wholesome. And in that vein, I will plug the only like reality TV show that I've ever actually really liked is also Japanese, which is Terrace House. It's a very similar setup to like Big Brother, but instead of everyone being awful to each other, they actually like talk things out and are very adult and like matter of fact about it. So it's nice. I haven't watched all the seasons of it, but I'll save it for rainy days and throw it on because it's just good comfort food TV. And yeah. Yeah, I definitely can't like watch too much of the It's Old Enough, which is why Anna's watching it on her own. But I thought the premise was very cute. Sweet, I feel like I've heard of that. But I will add that to my list. Also, I don't, and in the realm of streaming, I don't know if anyone pays attention to stock and all that stuff, but Netflix had a bad day. A very, very bad day. Okay. I watched this. I think I watched the. I don't think I watched that one. I watched something similar to it, like the little restaurant one. The name I'm blanking on. Or at least watched some of it. Where it's like the little back alley restaurant. And there's like little stories told in it. Yeah. I know stock is boring. I don't do too much like individual stock investing things. I just kind of stick my money in funds and let it sit. And then I put some like money I was okay with losing into some individual stocks a while ago and just kind of left it. A couple of them paid off, but it was like not significant money, so it's whatever. Okay. Yeah, Netflix lost subscribers for the first time in like a decade, so that's why they had a bad day. And everyone's like, oh, I wonder why. And it's because, I mean, they jacked up their prices. What were they expecting? Or rather, they jacked up their prices and they keep canceling all their shows before they're done. I feel like this actually does need to be metal, so maybe we'll make those metal when we do the metal touch-ups. Let's make this leather. Yeah. The auto-playing was very annoying. I feel like streaming is really just like a race to the bottom in terms of bad UI. Like, Funimation, like, their app just dies all the time. And like, they never think yet you're done with an episode, even though they're like 5 seconds from the end, so you have to watch it all the way through to get to the next one, or like, go select the next one manually. And yes, I'm aware these all very much like first world problems, but whatever. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't use Netflix too much anymore. I'll like check it once every couple of weeks to see if something that I'm interested in has come out. Otherwise, I forget about it. My family just basically splits up all the streaming service costs amongst ourselves. So we all pay for different ones. All over my finger. Let's make sure we don't get that on the model. I'll probably put this back on the torso soon, just so it's a little easier to deal with. Yeah, it's mostly not great stuff anymore. Like every now and then they have like a good original. Now, like last year they did have one of my favorite new shows, which was Squid Game. I like that a lot. And they also had Arcane, which was probably my favorite new show. But outside of that, it was not a lot. Like some of their movies are like just fine, but they're not, I don't know, compared to like Apple TV or HBO, they're very average. Also, I need to see if HBO has put the new Matrix movie back on yet, because we took too long to watch through the first three, because Anna hadn't seen them, and by the time we finished Revolutions, the fourth one was gone. Oops. Most of my friends did not care for it, but some of them, or most of my real life friends did not care for it, but some of the people I know online did like it, so. But I did see like the VFX artist reacts guys talk about it, and it was a little oof in terms of special effects, which is kind of sad because that's kind of one of the big things The Matrix was known for. Okay. Let's darken this down a smidge. Throw some green in there, because why not? problem. Happy to chat whenever. Sorry that I go quiet a lot when I can't think of anything to say. Oh, another thing we did watch. Alright, sounds good. Yeah, it is getting a little late. One other thing we did watch yesterday was NoClip put out a new documentary on Among Us this time. If you're not familiar with NoClip, it's Danny O'Dwyer, who used to be at Giant Bomb? Giant Bomb. He makes video game documentaries, and they're generally very well edited, put together, and interesting, even when it's like a game I don't really care about too much, like Among Us. So that's good enough for now. Let's stick her back on for the time being, and we can think about what we want to work on next. Probably these little tassel things. I'm liking how the bow's looking. We could also work on her hair, get that sorted. Let's look at the box art real quickly for the hair. Or, not the hair, the tassel things, because I'm kind of, I could just make them purple or green again, keep them in mind, just keep the color theme simple, but let's see what they did here. So they did a little gold thing. Okay, so a little metal thing would be cool. And then they did a bright color and just kind of normal rope color for the thing. Okay. The blue is just kind of its own thing. Oh, it matches the fletching here. This way you guys can see what I'm looking at. There you go. So you got the fletching matches these little tassel things. Most of the armor is, or most of her outfit is green with the tan cloak. So we got, let's move this over here. So we got green and purple going on. So we could pick another strong color, and it might be too much. Let's grab a color wheel. And think about colors. That's very tiny and not helpful at all. Okay, I guess it kind of works. So we got the purple or the violet and the green, right? So we could shift off one of those two colors. Maybe we could do a more like a bluish violet, shift more to the blue on that, and the flushing. Or we could switch more towards the red or orange, which is kind of what I was thinking of. Let's just put some red on it and see how they look. See if it's too much. Mr. Mouse. So now we're zoomed in on that. We want to see events. There we go. Okay. I'm now immediately regretting this decision because we got that bright saturated green. I know this is quite desaturated for the time being. Also, this is a little dark. Alright, because we slapped it way down. Oops, for the diorama thing. There's a lot of white on that. Yeah, because if we quickly sketch this, get a brighter red on there, just to see how it looks. No. 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 So what was our other idea? A more blue violet sort of thing, right? We got some good colors for that. Okay. Hello, there we go. I think a cooler violet makes more sense too, because the dress is kind of a warm violet. So if you go cooler violet, maybe that'll be a nice contrast. I'm gonna steal the box art's idea of making the tassels and the fletching the same color. Okay, yeah, I like that a lot more. Much better than the red. The red was giving me too many Christmas vibes. You can make red green work without being Christmassy. I think generally the idea is just one has to be saturated and one has to be desaturated rather than both being saturated. And I want these little tassels to be more saturated, so would not be the best. So yeah, I'm just gonna very quickly sketch these out. This violet light because it is too warm. So we will use this. Let me grab. I need to get the Arctic blue or whatever video at some point. I think that'd be a nice color to have for mixing in to get colder lights. This bottle decided to vomit on the desk, so that's lovely. Let's just wipe that up. Okay. And now I got paint all over my hands. Good stuff. It's a little too bright, but it's okay. Tone everything back down in a second. I just want to get this rough sketch in to see if yes, I like this, or no, I do not like this. I talked about it before, but like I think a lot of the time I spend on models is like getting stuck thinking about color choices, which is never fun. Like it's not fun for me to be stuck on color choices and just like sit there and think, oh, what if I paint this or what if I paint this? And really the answer is just like slap something down, see if you like it, and if you don't, get it done or like change to something else. So we tried that red. I didn't care for it. Now we got this lighter, this bluish purple color, and I'm digging it. I think it's cool. Like especially if we make these little nobbins gold. I think I'll be a big fan. I think I'm gonna make the little strap around the leather the same sort of deal. So yeah. Oh, we also have all those gemstones. Oh my god. Great. Cool. We'll paint those something. Maybe they'll also be this purpley color. Maybe that's a good idea. Just like all the magic. Magic bows. Magic arrows. Yeah. I think I may just, before I continue on those, I may just sketch in her hair color. Because that's kind of one of the last bigger unknowns. Besides the metal on this. Which I'm thinking of maybe doing like not a gold or a steel, like maybe some sort of bronze color. I think that might be cool. Get a third metal going on in there. Yeah. And we just got a bunch of cleanup to do. So let's figure out the hair color. So we were thinking about a light brown, I think. So let's try some stuff. Okay. Oh no. There we go. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Don't do that to your brush. Your good brusher. So let's rinse it out to make sure we don't leave any paint in the ferrule. The big ol' nitwit. Let's stir this up a little bit more though. There's that. And browns. Kiwi brown might be interesting. Whoops. Throwing everything everywhere today. Much better. This is just some leather brown mixed with some Payne's gray. A little bit more Payne's gray. I was debating keeping the light, but I think we're just going to cover this all with this darker brown and work up. tinier brush with a better point, since this brush is fading on me. Okay. Let's switch to that tiny brush we were just talking about. Let's try to do this on camera. Sorry, I went off camera there for a little bit. Just some hard to reach things, so let's add a little bit more of that leather brown in. Touch of the kiwi brown. Kiwi brown. Let's brighten that up even more, so more kiwi brown. Make sure our brush isn't too wet. Just checking what the new camera's looking like right now. Here's something that I think I still kind of struggle a lot with. Hair is odd. It's very similar to like painting NMM because you have like the shine and such on it. And it's hard to find the balance between like conveying that the hair is shiny but not going too much. And also there's just like a lot of texture generally built in on the models. You kind of have to figure out how to work with. And like many things, it's very easy to just like figure out one hair color and then just keep painting everything with that, right? Or like painting one skin color, keep painting that. So I try to always paint a new hair color. Obviously I fail at painting new skin colors. I like my magentas and my lighter skin tones. But we'll do some pieces soon where we're painting some different skin tones, I think. I know I have an elf bust that I want to paint up as a drow at some point. Use a piece of brown work as some color inspiration. Kind of getting into that dirty blonde area, so I don't want to go too much brighter. This thing down here, though, I want to highlight a little bit. Not too much, but enough. And we completely ignored all of this, so let's sort this out. That's not too bright. Let's mix up a more mid-tone again. pings. Some houses again today. See if I can find anything that I can afford and that I like. I find a lot that have like 2 bedrooms and are relatively small and in decent areas and are affordable. Like 2 bedrooms might be a little too small. So I spent some time looking at like add-on buildings and all that stuff. There's a whole bunch of companies that make prefab little buildings, so that's nice. I have no idea how much it would cost to install one. The actual buildings themselves are not too bad. Oops, out of focus again. Let's get those out of the way. Maybe that'll help. Yeah. Oh. Using this khaki from Monument a little bit more and more, or Procro. It's a nice, weird off-white, yellowy color here. It's this one. So it's like it's not. I don't know. It's definitely not ice yellow. It's like a more milky color. Is the best way I can describe it, but I'm using that to mix into our kiwi brown, brown leather mix for these highlights. Okay, let's think. Alright, so I'm liking the colors overall, I think. I think if we get this to be like a bronzy, brassy sort of color, brass might be a better way to go, so like a greenish sort of metal. Greenish, brownish sort of metal. Like the metal that I did, well, I didn't paint them on stream, but the metal that I did with the Disciples of the Witch I was a fan of, which I think I used basically the Pizarski colors, but instead of Morning Sky I used camouflage green, I'm pretty sure. I think that's how I did it. We'll find out, because I'll probably try that. don't know if we'll do that tonight. Let's take a second and see what she looks like on the base, since we're getting to the home stretch. So we're getting to that point of final adjustments. Like I said earlier, the base is definitely not done yet. I was trying a bunch of different greens on the grass yesterday, and like I was either getting like the value that I wanted, but it was like too desaturated, or it was like way too saturated. So we'll see. I'll keep tweaking, but it's not terrible. Let's zoom out a little bit. Yeah, getting there. Yeah, I like the purpley blue. I think that's a good complement to everything else that's going on. It doesn't like draw too much attention, which I was worried like the red. I was also thinking of orange, and that would be like just too out of there. So yeah, so the main thing that's not painted is like the rest of the little details on the bow, and obviously the things we sketched earlier, the little tassels and the quiver. Or the fletching, rather, on the arrows. That's the word. I think I've been saying quiver to refer to that the whole time. And then rise and the gemstones and yada yada yada. Yeah. There's the back. It actually doesn't look as bad as I thought it would. Mainly referring to these. I think maybe I should stop fretting too much about the grass color and start just slapping more foliage on there. I think it's just kind of a little boring. So if we get some more plants on there, maybe it'll be more exciting. We'll see. I got these two little sprouty thingies, but I need more stuff going on, I think, because that mostly just looks like more grass. Yeah. We're thinking about it. Let's set her aside. And so I painted some things and then I went back and airbrushed, so I was not very careful with my airbrushing, so let's fix up some stuff. Experiment on stream? Sure. Why not? It's a small experiment. Let's hair dry this, make sure it's very dry. Hello, Bubby. Poe has decided to visit us. Bless us with his present. I'm now being sent TikToks. Oh God. Let's find a brush that we're cool with using for this. Sure. No. Let's find a brush that we're cool with for this. Sure. This old rosemary brush. Let's move the water bottle over there because we should have it over there anyways. Alright. So I've got this a while ago. But everyone's posting about it now, so let's be on brand or on topic, and we can mess around with maybe both of these. We'll see. So these are Dirty Down Rust and Dirty Down Moss, and if you haven't seen them, they're just very nice effects. I'll grab a little sample of the moss real quickly. I don't have a sample of the rust because I tested it out on some plastic art and wasn't a fan of how it turned out. So we're going to try it live. Worst case, I think I can wash it off or just paint over it. So, whatever. I think maybe one of my issues is I didn't have it mixed up enough when I tested it. So, we're going to resolve that now. Okay. Here's a little sample of what the moss looks like. Other way. Dum dum. So this is just, I had some Pro-Acryl texture paste on there, and then just literally covered the whole thing in this moss. So it gives you this nice kind of fuzzy looking green stuff, like, you know, moss. If you are familiar with Roman Lapot's work, and he does all those crazy super mossy dioramas, he uses this stuff for part of it. He also like mixes up like woodland Sanix turf and varnish and green paint for like the more larger chunky bits. Yeah, this stuff's not like the cheapest. It's pretty pricey. Let's try not to spill it everywhere. We're going to be very careful about this. We're going to move the model very far away, and the base, why not? And let's cover up the wet palette. Okay, good. We got it open. Now, the name of the game is not spilling. So we're going to get a brush and throw it on the ground promptly. And it disappeared into the void. Oh no, it didn't. Okay, it's under me. It has not disappeared into the void. So I wet it a little bit. It's maybe a little too much, so we'll dab that off. I think my issue with when I tested it is I was a little too generous with the application. Let's just, oops, we don't want that there, so we'll see if we can rinse that off. Okay, dab off that. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. Well, maybe I don't know if I'm going to use the moss, but right now I'm trying out the rest. A little bit more. But here, yeah, let's try out some of the moss too. Why not? This will be the first time of me using this stuff on an actual base, so I mean it's not a base I care too much about, so it's a good chance to use it. Right? Right. My friend just sent me a message complaining about not getting reviews on a CR for 2 days. I had to wait a month to get reviews on a pull request recently. If you're wondering what the crusty stuff is, when I received this in the mail, it was packaged in kitty litter, so there's still a little bit floating around in there, or well, not in there, but on the bottles and such. So. Worst case, we just paint over all this and forget it ever happened, right? So I don't know if what I'm doing is a recommended technique with this, but we'll find out. I'm basically just feathering it. I will change my water after this. These guys also make a verdigris, but I didn't see much use in that one. And I think if you buy all three, you get a discount or something like that. But I already have the Citadel verdigris thing. Like generally, if I'm doing the verdigris effect, like A, don't do it that often, and B, if I'm going to do it, probably just gonna use some teal paint to do it. Let's just smother it in other places. YOLO. I feel like this is the color that I've been wanting on the base anyways. So let's see what happens when we put it over grass. Poe is rolling around, making goblin noises in the other room. I don't know if that's coming through on the mic. Something happened. Oh! Thank you for the raid, Teal. I'll give you a shout out in just a second. I don't want to reach for the keyboard now when I'm have an open pot of paint, because I know I will spill it, and I don't want to spill this stuff. I do not want my desk to look like it's covered in moss, although now that I say that out loud, that would probably be kind of cool. Thank you all for coming over and raiding. We are working on Artemis from Hera Models, who's sitting over on the side right now because we're actually working on the base for it. Alright, sounds good. What were you working on tonight? I'll give my quick rigmarole. I paint mostly display stuff, but I also paint gaming stuff, and sometimes I can even talk clearly. Not often, but sometimes. And yeah, I don't know. Busts, big models, little models. I try to paint it all. Keep it interesting. Try not to talk about, I don't know, things people don't want me to talk about too much, I guess. Okay, yeah, this was the right call to just put this everywhere. Now it's a nice, vibrant green. Love it. Okay. Okay, we're putting it on here too. Everything's gonna be mossy. Gonna buy the big jug of this stuff and just pour all my bases. Pour it over all of my bases. There we go. Words are hard. Probably should not be touching this stuff with my hands, but that's okay. I don't think it's too terrible. I've definitely touched worse with my hands. But also, someone followed me. Thank you for the follow. Lehman Rush Talks. Shh. Very good name. Oop. The boy is exploring. Probably also should have worn my respirator during this, but it's okay. I don't need all these brain cells anyway. Step is I need to find a paint that matches this color so I can just paint my grass from the beginning, because I don't have a good green like this. So I guess I could also just practice mixing and get good, because I got like maybe I'll check. Do I have a good green hiding somewhere? Maybe. Let's see. Nope. Misfits green might have done it. I'll remember that for next time. That's metallics. That's reds and such. Okay. Yeah. Everything's shifting. Falling apart. Okay. We successfully close these right. Put them away. I'm going to turn on air purifier a little bit. Look, nah, it's green. Oh, right. I also wanted to dab this a little bit. Okay. Sorry, my head was completely in the way during that, but that's okay. Here, I'll do the shout out for teal, and then I'm gonna go replace my water cup, since I don't want that messing with my good brushes. Shout out at teal. Yeah, teal does cool stuff. So I will, here, I have a button that I can do. Or I can just say BRB and it does all the things I need. Painting button and I'm back. Cool. So yeah, now we have a very green base. I like that way more than it was before we started. I like that level of saturated green. It looks natural. And the moss effect kind of takes a little bit to like fully go, but you can kind of see it getting started. And then we did that rust effect on that part. It looks pretty decent. We'll have to go in and touch up a few things here and there. Yeah, I'm gonna put this away for now. Hide it in that box. And hopefully we don't have to smell it anymore. Probably not. So here's the actual figure that we've been working on for, I don't know, around 2 weeks now, I think. Working on some other stuff off stream, so we've just been working on her on stream. But she's getting there, almost done. I think I'm going to be able to hit my goal of having her done by the end of the weekend. So that's exciting. So what you guys, whoops. I'll be right back again. I didn't clean this brush right. Okay. Now we're back. Things are clean. Good to go. Alright, as I was saying. What you guys missed tonight. We did the hair, mostly. Got it there. We did the bow. It still has the metal bits and some little details that we need to do. We picked the color for these. With a cold purple to kind of complement the warmer purple, but not like be too distracting from everything else. And then, yeah. So there's a few details left that don't have any paint on them. And then we do touch-ups. So yeah. So I think I will save, or we need to, actually we'll probably end up the stream, yeah. What we'll probably end the stream tonight doing is touching these up a little bit more, because we just kind of sketched them in. So, and we'll save, we'll probably just do a big round of doing metals. When we do the cleanup. Yeah. I'm liking how she's coming together. Pretty happy. So let's paint some little tufts. chat is working on anything fun tonight and wants to share, feel free to do so. Otherwise, okay to just hang out and chill. Back down to these. Okay, there's that. Oh. Head keeps getting away as usual. I don't think it's actually blocking the painting, so slowly getting better. Whoa. Probably good enough for now, maybe. I guess we can highlight the back a little bit. Hey, Jane. Thank you very much for the resubscribe. Hope you are having a nice morning? Morning. Early morning. Nice. Oh, did you go to... Because Banshee's doing his big tour thing, right? So were you able to attend one of those? I'm assuming yes, because you just said Banshee's class. Did you have to like, and if you did you have to travel far for it, or was it one held in your area? Because I was bummed that it didn't seem like there were any in the Pacific Northwest. Okay, nice. How is your Zodiac figure going, Jane? And yes, I briefly talked about it earlier with someone else on stream. I'm all in for the paints. Like that's, I mean, I like Chimera, so gotta get the paints. The minis are like, okay. I like the mounted ones a lot though, which is the issue because those are the expensive ones. So, yeah. Oops. Oh, to clarify, I like the two that are on the horse. I don't really care about the Necromancer that much. I think the Necromancer herself is cool, but I think the mount she's on is kind of lame. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of it. Though her plus the skeletons in 38 mil might be cool for like D&D, or the zombies, not quite skeletons, but you know what I mean. We also have not used, well, at some point I will DM again and we will use terrain and minis, but yeah, my group has not been using them much lately. Nice. Yeah, so there's the collector's warband, I think, pledge, which is you can pick 2 mounts and 375 mil, which I wish there was an early bird of that, rather than the one there is an early bird for, which is 1 mount, 5 normal standard or busts. Because I like 1 or 2 of the standard ones. Like I like Asteria a bit, and I like the Chaos Warrior dude. I don't really care about any of the others, like maybe a zombie, but yeah, the cool Chaos guy, the Banshee painted, I saw that paint job floating around. It's really nice. And we were looking at, let me see if I can just pull it up again. It's gonna be tiny though, so it's gonna be a reveal. There we go. Yeah! I need it. So this is Eric Swinson's paint job of the mounted one. There was also, let me see if I can find it. I had it somewhere. Yes. This is Mihaus. I probably butchered their name. I'm very sorry. Go. No. There we go. Oh, it didn't open it in that window. Go. You can see all my stupid D&D character names. Yeah, this is Mihaus's MIHAUZ paint job of it. Thank you very much for the follow, Arcan Jonet. Yeah, so optional helmet and a cool banner. And then, as we saw from Swinson's, unicorn head. Yeah! Okay. Anyways, back to actual painting. And stop. Make sure I'm not doxing myself or something like that, am I? No, we're good. You just see some things that I go to a lot. So you see my Moss tutorial that I go to. Cool. distracted by things. Yeah, so there's the bust of Alsteria, whatever her face is, and then there's the bust that got unlocked today I don't care for at all. And then the bust for Alsteria is fine, but I like the full figure better, I think, or the mounted one. Nice. Yeah, the 38 mils look really cool. Very happy. Very tempted by them. Not happy that I am tempted by them. I haven't touched any of my Echoes of Camelot little ones yet. So I probably should not get any more little minis. Besides, like, I like Westphalia's stuff a lot, so I'll keep getting their things. And Broken Anvil is in 6 days. Too many Kickstarters. Oh, did you actually get the model? Or did you just see it? Oh, nice. Very cool. I should go to Adepticon at some point, shouldn't I? Missed out on all the cool stuff, but I know for a fact that I would not have been comfortable there this year. Wait, oh, cause EU to UK? Yeah. Yeah. I'm also just taking a class, getting to learn, get a cool mini. Because I know that Swinson's class had, speaking of Hera, I can't grab it. It's too far back there. But the cool, orc. Does El Greco resell Hera? Because they resell a lot of people's stuff. It looks like they do not. Well, that sucks. They have Black Crow at least, so you can get Black Crow stuff. But I would imagine there has to be someone, right? Okay. It's 11:30. If I do anything else, it's gonna take a while. So here we can keep tweaking this thing a little bit for a few more minutes. Oh, okay, well, they are supposed to start shipping their new elf guy, so I should get a package from them soon, hopefully. And stupid Inu Kingdom supposedly fulfilled all the EU orders, so hopefully I'll get my friggin' mini soon. Hopefully. Oh, right, I was gonna paint this little thing the same color, so let's do that before we forget and don't have to pour these paints again. It might be worth messaging Hera and being like, hey, can you guys ship to us again? Because maybe they just like stopped because they thought they couldn't, and then yeah. I know that Figon carries their stuff because that's actually where I got her. I've ordered her with Figopedia and some other things in my first order from Figon. So maybe that's an option. they're in France, so worst case you could, like, I don't know, take the channel over and go. Yeah, well, you have to. So I don't know if they're gonna send a notification and be like, "Hey, we sent your package," because they said like you have to reach out about tracking, right? I don't know. The communication from them has just been awful. But yeah, Mill, who's on the Kingdom Death Discord and a couple other Discords, or Devanir, she goes by different names in different places, is painting one of the figures from it now, and I'm very jealous. Okay. Yeah, I'm debating sending them an email. I debated getting salty in the comments to be like, I thought you guys were gonna fucking send all the early birds, but I guess you're just gonna send all the EU ones first. Whatever. But I mean, it's not worth it. It's fine. I'll get my minis when I get my minis. Hopefully. Okay. Cool. Great. Love it. Alright. So all that's left is like clean up and some details on the stuff that's not painted yet. Before we sign off, let's for She's and Giggles see if we like. That is the Payne's Gray, which is why I'm not getting the result that I was expecting. There we go. Turns out when you want something to be more violet, it helps when you mix in the violet. Fun fact. Okay. Well, yeah, I saw the base. Yeah, the base. Yeah, I saw that today. Looks good. I was asking about the rest of it. And speaking of bases, I will grab something in a second. We looked at it at the beginning, but since there's more people here now, I will show it again once we base all these little gems and decide, do we want to go crazy and do infinity colors and like go different colors for everything, but I think that'd be kind of dumb, or do we just want to keep it simple and just have everything be this bluey purple color? And I'm leaning towards that, which means maybe we should just paint these before we finish the stream. Yeah. Well, today for me. It was my morning, your afternoon, yesterday. Or, well, you said something else, like... Sarisa. I don't remember which figure Sarisa is. Sarisa? Wait. Speaking of faces in Kingdom Death, ignore how sketchy everything looks right now. I'm figuring out layout of stuff in terms of the wall. So the door's not even glued in, it's just poster tacked in. But yeah. So this is a commission that I've been working on. chipping away at every now and then. Thanks. Yeah. So the door, I was looking at a bunch of like old manor doors, because the idea is this is supposed to be a manor that they're heading out from, because like there's the whole Black Knight faction, which is basically like LARPers in Kingdom Death, I guess. Like they're all like medieval themed, and Percival is the one who leads them. Percival actually technically shouldn't be here. Okay. Because I think the lore is, so Percival like founded the Black Knights, and then she like went off to go fight something and never returned, but she like told her dog to like wait for her, all like Fry Futurama kind of stuff. And the Black Knight is the dog, like all mutated and grown up, is my understanding of the lore. If that's wrong, someone can correct me, but I'm fairly certain that's right. So my headcanon for this scene is like that's not actually Percival, it's just someone that like dresses up like Percival to keep the Black Knight calm or something like that, because the squires and stuff like basically tend to the Black Knight's needs, like make his swords and make them sharp, all that stuff. And they live in Percival's old manor is the idea. Like that's where they set up their settlement. Yeah. So I was looking at some like manor doors, and there's one called the King's Manor door in Ashford? Something Ford, somewhere in the UK. I don't know. Fantasy names. But it's got like these cool columns with like a bunch of faces and stuff on it. And I was like, that looks pretty metal. So the top faces are, I talked about it a little while ago, but just to go over what's going on, the top faces are blue mold sculpts I made from the Screaming God Mail Armor's shield. So blue stuff is a thermoplastic, so you just heat it up in some hot water, and then you can make little molds out of it. Quick, easy, reusable, and then you just can shove milliput in there, wait for it to cure, and pull it out. It's great. I use this technique for all my Kingdom Death bases with all the stone faces, so I don't have to buy a bajillion stone faces. You can see that I got Poe hair in it or something. But anyways, and then the rest are like resin bits that I have. So we'll see how the sculpting on that goes. I'm definitely not going to do that on stream, because I kind of need to just do like little bits at a time. So yeah. Anyways, let's see how many gemstones we can paint, or if we can paint any gemstones. I'm not an expert at painting gemstones, so this will be a learning experience for all of us. Yeah. I don't know what we'll work on next on stream once we wrap her up. I might do a Marvel chibi figure or two, just to see if I can get that core set done before I'm inundated with my mistake of buying too many. Or maybe we'll paint the bust. So, because the only other figure that I got the base ready for at the moment is another elf archer. So should probably give elf archers a little bit of breathing room. And not just do them back to back to back. But I do have a few other bases that I was working on, but I just haven't like figured them out quite yet. Something happened. Something badooped. Thank you very much for the follow. A piece of energy. Hope you are having a nice evening. Or day. Or whatever it is, wherever you are. I believe I'm getting my Kingdom Death Relay figure on Friday, but again, can't do that on stream because we're supposed to keep it secret. So... mostly done. Definitely need to clean up this gold. That's okay because we want to paint more gold anyways. So we can clean it up and then as we destroy this brush by not paying attention to what we're doing. Let's see if we can get these knocked out before tomorrow. We got 15 minutes. Definitely should not stay up way too late tonight, because I've been doing that the last few nights, and it has caught up to me. This gemstone's turning out, so let's see if we can get it better. So generally it's, you have the bright dot. Want to become famous? Let me take it. Let me take advantage of this beautiful opportunity that has been presented to me in just a moment. No one else can take advantage of that. No one go to that link that they say to remove this face from. That's only for me. You keep your grubby little hands off that there. Alright, let's go to viewers. Let's go. Up. Oh no. Gone forever. Shame. As I was talking about a little earlier, been looking at houses, so maybe someday I can stop renting, which would be nice. Like trying to come to terms with like what I want in a house or what I want in a place that I live. And I've come to realize that if I don't live somewhere where I can like walk to do most of the things I need or ride transit easily or something like that, I'll probably be miserable. And it turns out it's very hard to find places like that in America because of our zoning laws. Well, I should correct that. It's hard to find places like that that are affordable because of our zoning laws, because there are very limited spaces like that. And it turns out they're in high demand because it turns out people like living in places where they don't have to drive as much. Generally, I know some people like to drive. I don't know. I like to drive on like long trips. Also, I realize we're still zoomed out. There we go. But day-to-day things, I kind of really dislike driving. That should have like a gold little band around it, which I think will help frame it a little bit more, so not gonna worry about it too much just yet. Yeah. And like I always try to preface like I'm not saying like everyone should live in a place where like you don't need a car or something. Like I understand some people kind of want to live out in the middle of nowhere, or like they want to live in a super suburban area, but like I think it really kind of sucks that basically your options in America are you live in a super suburban area where you need a car, or you live in a like condo downtown. Yeah. Like I have many strong feelings about the subject. But like basically in the 40s, America was just like, okay, everything's gonna be based around the car now. We're gonna do all this expansion and we're gonna do some things that are not great for certain groups of people. And yeah. But anyways, basically we decided we're gonna make everything revolve around the car instead of revolving around people. And something just changed. What just changed? I don't know what just changed. Why does my... Oh, Siri got clicked. Siri, go away. No one likes you, Siri. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Like, I've been looking at, like, other countries and how they've gone about setting up, like, their infrastructure. So, like, I visited Japan in 2019 or whatever, and, like, it's just, like, night and day. Like, trains are quick and fast, and, like, whenever you want to get on one, it's easy to get from one place to another. And, like, it's very, like, transit-oriented. I don't think it succeeds in all fronts. Like, I think if you want to cycle places, Japan kind of sucks. Like, as a whole. Like, there's some areas of Japan that are good to cycle, but, like, it's not, like, cycling-oriented like somewhere like the Netherlands is. Where I think, like, the Netherlands does, like, a really good job of, like, cars should not be the only way to get from place to place. Like, if you want to get somewhere by train or by bike or by walking, you should be able to do it in a manner that doesn't suck. Because while being able to drive places is nice, like having a car like gives you a lot of freedom, it'd be nice to have the freedom to not drive, right? Because, like, it sucks where it's like, oh, I want to go out and hang out with friends or something, and like the only real easy way to do that is to drive. Because then, you can't you can't, and like for topical, you can't take note of the holiday if you do that or something like that, right? So, anyways. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. We should build more trains. Trains are great. Everyone loves trains. If you don't love trains, you haven't been on a good train. Yeah, trains are great. Love them. We have a light rail in Seattle that's like slowly expanding, but I think the issue is like the trains run so infrequently that like oftentimes it's like, well, if I need to go from one station to the next and I miss the train, I should have just walked. Or taken the bus, which I don't really care about for buses in America, because again, the issue is everything's car centric. So you have these buses and they get stuck in traffic because they don't have right of way often most of the time, so then they're just kind of stuck there, and it's stupid. It's very dumb. Yeah, so I went to London in 2015. Yeah, because I did. My dad and I did like a Euro car themed trip, like race cars kind of themed trip. So we went to Italy to go to the Ferrari factory. We went to Austria for the Grand Prix, and then we went to the UK/London for the Goodwood Festival of Speed. So, like, don't get me wrong, I love cars. They're cool. But, again, I would like the option to not drive one every day. And I would like the option to be able to live in a house with a yard, but still have, like, groceries and stuff in a walkable distance. Which is, like, something that's not very common in America, because like I said, like basically your options are like you can live in a giant concrete box in downtown where everything is mostly walkable, or you can live in the suburbs. We don't really have much of like that middle housing where it's like higher density kind of suburban areas. Yeah, I mean the tube was fine in London. I mean, like, so I'm comparing it to American transit, which like sucks. Like the best example, like the shining beacon of American transit in America is like the New York subway, which is great if you want to get from one borough to Manhattan. But if you want to like go north or south in the borough, oftentimes you have to go from your borough into Manhattan back out to your borough, and it's like it's dumb. Yeah, like it's sad that that's like the best public transit in America probably. Like I like the Seattle light rail, but it goes north and south. It has very few stops. So if like you want to take it from downtown to the stadiums or to the airport, you're golden. If you want to do basically anything else, you're kind of SOL. It is supposed to expand next year, so I can finally get over to like east side, like the Bellevue area on the other side of the lake. So that'll be nice. Kind of, I guess. But the issue is you get there, and the east side's even worse for walking, because all the blocks are huge. Because it is very much car-centric, where like Seattle was like around pre-car, so like at least some of the streets are like walkable and such. Anyways. Chicago's transit is okay. But again, it's very much for like get from suburb to downtown, not anything else. And it is, at least in the experience that I had when I had to write it, a little sketchy at times. Which is a whole other problem that I probably don't want to get into on a mini painting stream.
I don't think people want to hear my opinions about those sorts of things right now. I'm probably pushing it, talking about trains, pushing my leftist agenda, because I just want to ride on some rails.
We got 2 minutes. Are we gonna do it? Are we gonna do it? Probably need to go with some white paint on these, but we can save that for later. Okay, well I think going for purple for those was the right idea. And hey, it's midnight and we're gonna call it done there. For now, they're not perfect. We'll clean them up a little bit when we're doing the cleanup of everything else, I think. Yeah, it's a few more details to actually get paint on and a whole lot of cleanup. Areas that need the most cleanup, I think, are this stupid quiver metal bit. I hate it. So we'll see about that. And then I think the gold on this gauntlet needs a lot of touching up. And probably some adjustments on the steel there as well. As we talked about before, we forgot the skin tone in between there. Whoops, it's out of focus. In between there. There's stitching and stuff we need to do still. Yeah, we're getting there. Should be good. Should be good. Yeah, so let's wrap up there. So thank you all very much for joining today and chatting. I will put some of these paints away so I don't have to put them away in the morning. And then we will stop streaming at some point once I get all this stuff in. I horribly got everything mixed up and I don't know why or how, but I guess these are going in these places now. It's okay, it's fine. Everything's fine. Hey Rumble, how are you doing? Thanks, I'll grab it so we can look at it again. Thanks, Teal, and thanks again very much for the raid. As always, if you do not follow Teal, go give him a follow. What's the cool 19 you have by your name? Oh, TwitchCon 19. Okay, cool. Yeah. And then here's the base that we tweaked. Here, let's see how the moss is looking. So we messed around with the dirty down stuff a little earlier. I was having a hard time getting green to look right. Oh, it's a bit pungent. I should put it back in that box. So I just smothered it everywhere because it's a nice color green and it makes things look fuzzy. So why not? Right? Why not? Okay, let's put that away before we kill ourselves. Yeah, having a lot of fun with the colors. Happy with how it's turning out. So, there's lots of cleanup to do. A few more details, we should be good. I feel like I'm been taking longer on my minis than I was a little while ago, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's good to kind of slow down every now and then, reevaluate. I don't why. That's why. Okay, we figured out the paint mystery of where things go. So, let's see if there's anybody to raid. JT's on. Iron Ant's on again. Let's go raid Iron Ant. Why not? We raided JT last time. Let's see if Iron Ant's painting instead of petting his cat this time. He is. So let's kick that off. Whoops, I always forget that happens. Oh, JT just raided. Well. Here. Dang it. Well, I was about to go raid Iron Ant, so we'll just raid him with an even bigger raid. Because I need to go to bed, because I need to wake up early, right? I know I have my normal meeting at 8. Yeah, so I do have to wake up early. Yeah, I was looking at who's raiding. I was like, well, we could raid JT. But I guess he raided us. But hello. Thank you very much for the follow, Casmania. And hello, TC Gentry. Yeah, so here, I'll just cover what we worked on tonight. I just put all my paints away. Thanks, Tanessa. So we thank you for the follow, Mrs. Sleeping Bag? Mr. Sleeping Bag. Mr. Sleeping Bag. And Tanessa, thank you for the follow as well. So we painted the bow, like the wood on the bow. We painted we decided on the color for these little purple accents. We went with a cooler purple compared to the purple of the dress. So we have like a nice contrast, but it's not too wildly different of a color. It like draws attention. We put that purple in all the gemstones just to see what it looks like, and we're happy with it. And we did something. Oh, we did the hair, because the hair was not painted before. So light brown, dirty blonde sort of thing. And then here's her base, which we used the new hotness, the dirty down moss, as well as on the little metal thing we put some of the dirty down rust on there, just to try it out. Thanks, JT. And it was cool. I really like the green color of that dirty down moss. So like I said earlier, I need to find a paint that matches that green, because I was struggling to get a green I didn't hate on this grass, which is why I ended up just smothering it with that dirty down stuff. Yeah, cool stuff. It is a bit pungent, so just be wary if you buy it yourself. You should probably do it in a better ventilated area than I did it in tonight. So, yeah. We're gonna put this away before we die from fumes again. Yeah, fun stuff. And the other thing we looked at is the thing I've been working off stream. We got our little Kingdom Death diorama that I've been chipping away at. So figuring out how I want the wall to look is what's going on there right now. I'm not just gonna leave those like that. They're just they're poster tacked on right now, just to see what things look like. Yeah. So if you're not familiar with Kingdom Death, this is the Black Knight, his squires, and whoops, let's not break the model. This is Squires and Percival. Yeah. It's a little thing. But now I am going to leave. Yeah, so that project's going to take a while. I'm just going to... How do you make it fit? How do I make what fit? What's the... Oh. I don't know, man. Just try to do stuff. Try new things. Always be trying new things. That's the best advice I can give. if you find something that works, great. You can add that to your toolbox, but like, just keep trying new stuff. So this is my first time kind of doing a multi-figure diorama, so I'm just taking my time, making sure I like the composition of everything. So like I sketched it all out in foam a while ago, which everyone hated whenever I showed that on stream because it made the horrible foam noises. And then started slowly building out a scaffolding with plastic card, and then filling in some stuff with epoxy sculpt. And yeah, and then I made some fun doors here. I'm happy with. Can you focus on the doors? Yeah. So that's plastic card and some milliput. I'm going for kind of a aged look, so that's why it's kind of rough. I need to clean up the door handles, but those are some stone faces that I broke off from my KDM stone face base milliput molds, and then little wire, and then yeah. So hopefully it'll turn out okay. The fun's coming up, which is gonna be sculpting the wall. So we'll see how that goes. I've been hesitant to like make big leaps on it, but I need to just kind of buckle down. Try something, and if it doesn't work, we'll pivot and try to salvage it. So yeah. That's a little too dark. Yeah. No more painting tonight, unfortunately. I gotta sleep. I stayed up too late already. So, let's bring up the old raid station again. We'll give someone a big raid. Wait, I forgot to do before I forget. Gotta be a good host. So go follow JT Stark. Everyone who came over with Teal and everyone who's here beforehand. If you haven't followed JT, he's a fun painter, does a lot of cool projects. He's trying a new cool little base thing for his little Camelot project. I think he's doing Merlin for that. Yes, he's doing Merlin because he was showing that the other day. Doing a lot of cool like composition stuff with it. It was neat. Yeah. Yeah, so as the title of the stream says, just to like shout out miniature brands, this is from Hera Models. This figure specifically is Artemis, which is what the title of the stream should say. Can't recommend their stuff enough. Here I got one more figure from them sitting out, just to show what they do. Lots of cool. No problem, JT. Also, if you don't follow JT, he does a fun Marvel Madness thing on Fridays normally. Fridays, yes, Fridays. I don't think it's other days of the week. I think it's just Fridays. Yeah, which is a silly fun time. Yeah, this is also from Hera Models. So they do lots of cool like chaos-y, sorta dark fantasy-ish stuff. I'm not a huge fan of all their 75 mils, but I like most of their busts. Hera's definitely my favorite of their 75s, and they also came out with a cool orc recently. So. This is Hera Models, Hera, like the goddess. I think Juno is her Roman name? Yes, thank you, JT. They have some sci-fi figures too, and they have some like gaming scale ones as well. Yeah. Hey, I remembered something. Go me. Yes, I mean, here. Do we wanna bait people with more things? Here, we can look at some minis for a little bit. Here, I'll try to bust out some brands I haven't baited before or as often. Here. Let's see. Here, I can show another whip base we haven't looked at in a while, because I haven't made much progress on it. This brand is defunct, but these figures are from Ares Mythologic. I lucked out. I found out about the brand, and then I found someone selling them all for cheap on eBay. They're metal minis, 54 mil scale. You can see that they kind of chipped because I was moving them around. Yeah, the Morkborg mini Kickstarter, great stuff. I love Boris's sculpting, fantastic things. But yeah, so I have a bunch of these sitting over there, so I can do like little dioramas with them. But here we got Seotund from Deogard, which is by Cult of Paint. I don't think these have hit the web shop yet. I keep checking every couple of weeks because there are a couple that I didn't get that I want to get. Because this is the only one that I got from the Kickstarter. Here, we'll zoom out a little bit. Again, this is 54 mil scale. Made a little base for her. It's a little silly on this side, so I might. I think I'll probably flush that out. I think that will be better. So. Then. The aforementioned Kingdom Death. This bust was a pain in the butt to clean up. And it's probably never going to be made again, so that kind of sucks. We got Big Child Creatives, which you should be familiar with. They make the Echoes of Camelot stuff. Yeah, she's gonna. I mean, it's okay. She's a monster, so it's fine. But yeah, it's the pinup huntress bust thing. The casting on it was god awful. This guy is from Ouroboros Miniatures. He might be the next project that we work on stream. Thinking of trying to do some fun lighting stuff with him. But yeah, I like their minis. They have like a lot of like people of color, which you don't see often in mini painting spaces, and lots of cool like interesting sci-fi ideas. And yeah, my cast had like a couple like itty bitty slips that I need to clean up, but otherwise really nice sculpt. One recommendation is they do an anniversary sale in like October, November, where everything was really cheap. It was like 50% off, so I would wait till later in the year to see if they do that again. But really nice guys, good minis. And then from a brand people probably haven't heard of, this is from Kensho. Other way. There we go, Kensho. This is Ouroboros, like the snake eating itself. Ouroboros miniatures. If you're interested in some other stuff they have and you want to see, I ordered a lot from them because I have poor impulse control. But this one's from Kensho Miniatures. I got this as a gift from Anna. And it's just a cool cyborg lady. I believe Masklins did a cool paint job of this. Yeah, speaking of, if you have poor impulse control, there's the Chimera Kickstarter going on right now. So if you want to get some paints, I held it on the wrong side. You can get some paints. If you want to get some minis, they have some minis. The minis are okay. We were talking about it earlier. Here, I will show the minis that I like. Paint jobs of the minis that I like real quickly. Let's make sure everything is Gucci before I show things again. Here we go. Ready, and this is one of the mounted figures from the Kickstarter. Painted up by Eric Swinson. If you are not familiar with Eric Swinson, he's an American artist, American painter, and he's very talented. And he streams on Twitch. He's here. I'll do a shout out for him actually. So here you're gonna see the stupid Twitch dashboard while I do this. That should take you to him, I think. There we go. But yeah, he did the Mephiston at Golden Demon. as he said on his last stream, he was painting some of these. He was painting Nova for the Nova Open from the Marvel Chibi line. Nice. Okay. He painted that Mephiston the week before Adepticon. So there's that fun fact. But yeah, I love this figure. I'm probably gonna get this one. Here's another paint job of it by Mihaus. I'm saying their name wrong, but it's Mihauz. So if you don't follow them on Instagram, I think if you search Mihauz, you'll find them. Very talented painter. And then this is by Banshee. Oops, it's cut off. There we go. So these are in the Chimera Kickstarter that just launched today. There's some other figures too, but these are the cool ones that I like. So yeah, Banshee is a very talented painter, if you're not familiar with him. I believe his actual name is Alfonso Heraldez. I think. Probably. That sounds right. Yeah, lots of good stuff. I missed a message. Yeah, if you want a few primaries, so like if you're not, I'll quickly give my sales pitch for the Chimera paints. Yes, nice. I'm on fire today at remembering things, which is not normal for me. So Chimera paints are split into kind of two different varieties. There's the ones with the white caps. Let me stop this down, maybe. Yes, I don't know if you can in the Kickstarter. Which region are you located in, TC? Are you in the States / North America, or are you over in Europe? Or Australia, or US? Scale 75 USA has singles available of these. So that should be... Yeah, I'll drop a link to that in the chat directly to their paints. I love enabling people. It's what I do. There you go. So I believe they have singles of the paints, so you can pick a couple up, see if you like them. They also just got the expansion set in stock, but I'll talk about that in just a second. I'm always happy to talk about paints and supplies. I probably won't go into too much detail because I need to go to bed, as I said, but very quick rundown of Chimera paints. White caps. These are a single pigment, so like the entire paint is made up of that pigment. Your Vallejos or your Pro Acryls or your AKs or your Secret Weapons. I think that's most of my brands. Or your scale colors. Those will be made up of multiple pigments to get the color that's inside of them, which is nice if you're just starting out, because like you can be like, oh, I want this specific shade of jade because it's awesome, or I want this specific shade of brown because it's awesome, or whatever. And you don't have to mix it, you just put it on your palette, bada bing, bada boom, you go. The issue comes when you want to start mixing colors because you're like, oh, I want this brown, but I want it slightly lighter. Since those paints are made up of multiple pigments, a lot of times they'll have whites or blacks in them. And when you mix those together, things start to turn a little bit gray or brown, right? So that can like cause issues and like you lose a lot of vibrancy. So the nice thing about having single pigments is I mix my red and I mix my blue, I get what I expect, right? Color mixing with paints is a little bit different than maybe like your color mixing in other mediums. So like you may not get what you expect exactly, but like you can go read about what you should plan to expect. The TLDR is oftentimes you'll want to use not purple. Everyone's favorite color, or should be favorite color, magenta. I would say, let's look at them. I don't know which one I use more. I think I use green shade slightly more, especially when mixing with red. I I would strongly suggest picking up magenta too. This is one of my favorite paints in existence. It's a very good paint. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I believe this is the same pigment here. Yeah, it's a little bit cooler. So I think the green shade, when you mix it with the red, you get nicer results. So we're diving into my paint addiction. So this is PR122 Queen Exodern Magenta, which is, as you can see, the same color as this. The Khmer is a little bit darker than the scale. I think it's because of the medium that they use. Anyways. Oh. Well, magenta's not... So, one reason why I really like this magenta is for... Going back to what we were working on. Skin tones. So it helps add a lot of vibrancy to your skin tones. So like oftentimes I'll use it as a base layer for my skin tones, just to add kind of that warmth and vibrance and life to it, because an important thing to keep in mind when you're painting with acrylics is they're never 100% opaque. They're always a little bit transparent, even though like it looks like, oh, I built up full coverage. They will still show like the colors that are underneath them a bit. So that's why if you use like a white base coat, you can get like brighter, more poppy, vibrant colors than if you use like a black base coat. Tangent off of that, if you're not familiar, like talking about good painters again, if you're not familiar with Craft World Studio, that's like their whole shtick is like using underpainting. Underpainting is the term they like to throw around to influence like the end result. So here, I will pull up a perfect example of their stuff real quickly. That kind of shows how much color and vibrancy they get into their stuff. Here we can just scroll through their Instagram. Where's the figure that I wanted to show? How long ago was it? I don't think it was that long ago. Maybe it was. Oops, excuse me. Okay, it was that long ago. They posted a lot of stuff. Talking about it because of Camelot. Great figure. And this is the one that I wanted to show. Omniman from Invincible. Like, if you look at the white, it's just like a lot of different colors going on in it, right? Like all sorts of different influences. You can see greens and blues and yellows and like some sort of pinkish red colors going on there. Like that makes it all vibrant and poppy and interesting. And they're just doing like layering colors underneath and building up on top of that. But anyways, that's a big tangent. Yeah. So the one thing I'll say is like magenta is often better for mixing colors than say red. So if your goal is to get colors to try just mixing with them, magentas. So there's like RGB mains, which is like the three main colors you would get for like that's like the three main colors in like digital art and such, right? But then there's CMYK, which is cyan, magenta, yellow, and then chroma, so white and black. So with cyan, magenta, and yellow, you can generally get more vibrant kind of colors and such with your mixes. Anyways, but that said, you will not be sad if you buy Chimera's the red, because it's possibly the best red paint for miniatures on the market. Besides, okay, so we covered White Cap, single pigment. That's what it is for Chimera. They also make, as we knock everything over on my shelf because I took a bunch of paints out, Black Cap are mixes. They call these their signature series. So signature blend. This is by Danilo Cartacci, who's a famous historicals painter, and he's very famous for his red. I have not tried cuttlefish. I've heard about them, but I've not gotten their stuff. I've heard good things though. Yeah, so the black caps are mixes, so they all have multiple pigments in them. But again, really nice coverage, heavily pigmented, nice matte finish, and like you can mix them together and get good results. So they have 2 in existence at the moment. So they have Cartacci's Never Without, which has the cool red. It's got a skin tone and some nice browns, and it's got this silver gray, which is cool for like mixing in to get kind of like night colors. I don't know why there's, oh, it's poster tag. And then this really poppy samurai green, which is like crazy vibrant and awesome. And then last one, they got the Pizarski non-metallic metal set, which if you're struggling with non-metallic metal, this set helped me a lot because it's good colors and like it comes with a little guide, and like it really reinforces that if you're painting like steel non-metallic metal, it's not just gray. It reflects the colors around it, so there's lots of blue in it because of the sky, and there's lots of green in it because of forests and trees, and there's browns in it because, you know, the ground is brown. The ground is brown. Got it. Yeah, it's fine. I like to talk about paints. So, yeah. I like Chimera a lot. I will say the expansion set, which came out and is also single pigments, the paints behave a lot differently, and I wouldn't recommend just grabbing these right away. I'm still kind of figuring them out. They're kind of weird. There's like really nice pigments in them, but they don't like flow as nicely as the core set or the signature paints. Yeah, the Kickstarter has 3 new sets of signature blends. They got one by Roglan Studios, who has really nice art, and that's got like some pinks and some blues and a good color for gold non-metallic metal. And then there's Rustos, which has like a bunch of dark, cool colors in it. And then there's a mix that has paints from a couple different painters in it, and a new single pigment paint. It's got PB16 is the new single pigment, which is like a dark turquoisey blue color. And then it's got a color that's similar to coal black from P3, but more saturated. And that's from Eric Swinson. It's got a sunny skin tone from Mark Masklin. If you're not familiar with Mark Masklin, or like we talked about Eric earlier, if you're not familiar with Mark Masklin, go look him up. Actually, I didn't grab that one. Mark Masklin's one of, if not my favorite miniature painter at the moment. The way he does skin is amazing. And then there's a couple other colors I can't remember right now. But anyways, so that's a rundown. If you're just starting out, which Tanessa, you said you were just starting out. Can't go wrong with like the Vallejo model color $40 set on Amazon. There's like the more fantasy themed one, and there's a more military themed one. I think the more fantasy themed one has some better colors in it. That's basically what I started out with, and here I am. I do think the AK colors are also very nice, like good consistency out of the pot. So like, if you want to get stuff from the art store, I have picked up a couple pots of these from my last art store visit. These are great for miniature painting. Nice consistency out of the pot, and a matte finish, which I'm a big fan of. I know not everyone likes a matte finish, but if you want to work on like controlling, yeah, Payne's Gray is great. And then I got this teal because I don't really have a good teal, so I thought, why not? But really nice finish, consistency. They go through the airbrush well, all that good stuff. I think my only gripe with this range is no magenta. Other Golden's ranges have magenta, but not this one. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's like a medium issue, or like the matte issue, or what. But it's sad. Yeah, like you can make like heavy body acrylics work. Lots of miniature painters use those. I know. Yeah, I tried to realize. So like I've reached peak capacity of my desk recently. I made these like little mounts for these paint boxes to sit in. I think if I zoom that. Okay, you can see it here. So I made these little mounts so that these paint boxes can sit right next to my monitor arm, so I can just put 2 of them instead of just 1, so that I could have more paint. So, yeah. But I'm trying to reel it in. I know that I mostly use Chimera now, and then a few of my like mixed paints, like the Vallejo Fantasy Pro stuff a lot. Yeah, my partner is very into watercolors as well, and an easy gift is always like more paints. So, but she's also tried like gouache and other mediums. But like you can make like art store acrylics work. You just generally have to thin them a lot more, and oftentimes they're more glossy, satiny. Yeah, exactly. Like I know a lot of people use heavy body titanium white because a lot of mini paint whites suck. So, yeah, exactly. Like one last tangent on mini painting whites. I'll shout out the Chimera white. It's pretty good. No complaints. Scale here. I'll grab the whites that I use and explain each one of them real quickly because I'm here. I'm talking. If you have any questions about things, I'm happy to answer them. But again, no more painting tonight. Sorry. Here's the 4 whites that I use. I use Chimera white when I'm doing a lot of mixing. Just because, I don't know, it has a nice consistency and coverage. Yeah, Chimera are pretty matte. They're not like scale color matte, but they're close. Yeah, they do come with a satin medium that you can mix in with them if you want them to be more satin. The core set does at least. And then of course you can use any satin medium. It's not like you have to use that one. But speaking of scale color, I like their white because it takes a little bit longer to dry, so it's really nice for like if you need to do those tiny little dots of white on like your eyes or gems or what have you. That's a nice one. And then I got 2 Pro Acrylic whites. I like bold titanium white when I need like good coverage right away, like good smooth coverage, just like it goes. Or if I'm doing like a zenithal, I'll often use this instead of a white ink now. And then transparent white, also from Pro Acryl. Really good for blending white. Like, I think oftentimes it's hard to make glazes out of white, and this solves that issue. So, yeah. Yeah, I like matte. I like having control of my lighting, and matte paints help with that. So, put these minis away, and we will go raid someone because I'm tired. And sleepy. Oh no, I'm tripping over the things. But yeah, if you ever have any questions, feel free to stop by and ask. I'm always happy to chat about paints and brushes and what the hell I'm doing. Yeah, Pro Acryl. Yeah, I'll also plug Pro Acryl. If you're just starting out, my 2 general recommendations are Vallejo or AK, whichever one's in your area, and also know that AK's kind of has a track record of doing dumb things, though they apologize for them now and they haven't done anything super dumb lately, so that's good. I usually just try to get their stuff from like a local game store rather than from them directly. I mean, so like one of the reasons why I started streaming is like because talking through things helps me think about what I'm doing. So asking the why question is great. So yeah, I'm not like too sleepy, but I wanna make sure I don't stay up too late. But Procreal or Vallejo, I think you can't go wrong if you want to get like miniature paints. These are good brands to start with. I think Procreal's lacking a little bit in terms of like vibrant colors, but they're adding more and more colors to the range and they're kind of filling that out. But matte finish, solid coverage. They have a good consistency right out of the pot, so not too much thinning is needed. And yeah, I'm a big fan. And they're also made in the States, so it's easy to get them if you're in the States. They've started distributing to other countries now too. And if you have questions about Procreal, like more specifically than what I can answer, Monument Slow Fuse streams on Twitch. What is it? Monument Slow Fuse? Yes. Yeah, I can remember things. I'm just going to drop this link directly rather than doing a shout out. So he streams pretty much every day at lunch, Mountain or Arizona time, not Mountain time. If you don't know, Arizona doesn't do daylight savings time, so they're on their own time zone. But anyways, yeah. Primers. I like Procreal primer. I'm simping on Procreal now, I guess. But I either use this or I use Vallejo Mecha Black. I haven't used Dynarez, so I can't give thoughts on that, but I know some people have had issues with newer batches. But I like this because it gives you a really nice texture to paint on. Like it's a more matte primer. Again, I know some people, it's very matte. I mean, the figures we were looking at before. So this is that primer. She's kind of dusty. Let me dust her off real quickly. I mean, Cryoline's fine. I don't use a can because I live in an apartment in the city, so like I try to limit how often I need to go out and use rattle cans because I don't want to look like a hooligan or something, right? Wait, did the oh yes, he's there. Hello, sir. Come here. Okay, he doesn't want to come here. It's okay. I'll let him do his own thing. But yeah, yeah, he that's Poe. So all my emotes are Poe. And Ez will sometimes be here. Ez is my partner's dog. He's a silly white boy, and if he is here, he'll be blending into the pillow, so most of the time people don't actually notice him. But yeah, this is the primer. It's very matte, really nice texture to paint on, or surface to paint on. The one thing I will say is you do need to give it time to cure. So if you're someone who's like, I prime and put paint on it right away, you're probably gonna have a bad time. So I've gotten away with as little as like 5-ish hours, like 4 to 5 hours. So usually I'll just prime it, let it sit overnight at least. But the other thing is don't thin it. Just put it straight in the airbrush and it goes through. And it's really easy to clean up. If you thin it, it can behave a little weirdly. So, and it brushes on nicely too, is the other nice thing. So if you need to do touch-ups, it's easy to do. Yeah. And then if I need something a little bit tougher, because like I said, that can be a little weak, at least until you get paint layers on it, I'll use the Vallejo Mecha Black. Just because it's pretty tough for an acrylic primer. Yeah. So barring any other questions, let's go do the raid. Third try is the charm, right? Right. It still says JT streaming though. That's weird. If I raid JT now, is it going to like do an infinite loop? Who knows? Okay, now it doesn't. Oh, Celery's on. We're gonna raid Celery because I haven't seen it in a while. So, thank you all very much for hanging out and chatting, coming over with JT and Teal. I'll do the shout outs one more time. Be a good host. I need to be better. I need to be a better host. I'm bad about this. So we'll shout out JT for anyone who doesn't follow JT. And we'll shout out Teal. Teal is not here anymore and it's not completing his name. Can I copy his name? Yes, I can. There we go. Thank you, Joss. Okay, I'm too slow. All right. And then I shouted out Eric Swinson earlier. You should definitely go follow him. He's starting to stream again. Great content. He also answers questions. He has way more knowledge than I do. So highly recommend it. And yeah. So let's go do this raid. Yeah, the Twitch community is really nice. I've been a big fan of it so far. But anyways, no more questions. You can stop. I will see you. I normally will stream on like Mondays, Fridays, Sundays, but this week's a little weird because of like celebration stuff for different things. So I will be streaming on Sunday, probably not Friday, because Friday I'm getting fancy dinner. So we're gonna go raid, and I'm not gonna exit because I always click the exit button so I can see the chat, and then I realize that you can't do that. So let's see. Let's go do this raid. Again, thank you everyone. Have a nice rest of your evening or day or whatever. And see ya. And I can click the button and it should end the stream.